we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And right now, guys, crypto is taking a beating. And normally when we get 3 days, when there's a holiday included, we normally pump. President's Day was today. CME does not open until tomorrow. I know Sunday I said open. Does not open until tomorrow. We're going to see if they can maintain the yield rates where they're at now. Remember, they're above 2%. Now it's dropped all the way down to 1.8. Now we have Carl Icahn saying it's not going to end well. Playing the Hegelian dialectic as he speaks. But guys, we know the billionaires do not tell us the whole truth. We know Congress and the Fed are responsible for all this inflation. We know the Fed are the money printers, and Congress gives them ability to keep printing. And cryptos are going to take the biggest hit because we're all based on speculation. The stock market is going to take a big hit because a lot of those stocks are not going to make it for the fourth industrial revolution. Remember, only 1% of stocks and 1% of cryptos are going to make it and the new fourth industrial revolution because they only want these big corporations to take over. The same way when you look at China, that blueprint. But we see the U.S. making moves when it comes to crypto, validating stable coins, validating CBDCs. We have a whole enforcement around crypto, the IRS, the DOJ, the FBI. So they are building the enforcement around crypto, and we definitely can see that. But guys, we're going to be on a volatile ride. And we have one of the co-founders of Hobie says that we're not going to see that bull run until 2024 to 2025. And guys, I've told you, 2025, the fourth industrial revolution would have almost been completed. And then also the digital yuan would have a footprint in the world economy. But I think late 2023, that 1% of cryptos are going to start rising. We know with rising rates, it's going to choke off of this economy. We're going to have mass layoffs, mass closings inside the United States, so therefore they can bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones to take over the economy while the sheep go into the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Cryptocurrency enforcement team. In this position, the director will be tasked with prosecuting criminal cases related to the use of cryptocurrency and digital assets. Your reaction to this comes after the indictment or charging of this couple here in New York for being associated with a theft of crypto.
Yeah, so Mr. Choi that they just promoted in that position, I think is actually a fantastic move. If you look back to the development of credit cards in the credit industry, they existed for quite a while before the Justice Department put together a credit fraud department, right? So it's inevitable as you see the growth of crypto globally, not just within the U.S., that they're going to have a department that's focused on digital assets and cryptocurrencies. So again, this is just part of the industry continuing to grow and mature. Also, it shows that the U.S. is very much understands that this is here to stay, right? They're going to be developing an entire department that's going to be focused on these type of activities. They're going to identify how best to regulate them and how best to work. It's important to note that crypto is not great for nefarious activities. If you look at that couple that you're talking about from in New York, because every transaction on the blockchain space is public and traceable, it's very hard to hide money. Bitcoin is actually terrible if you want to use it for nefarious activities because every transaction is publicly accessible.
In crypto, there is a cycle or a curse every 4 years, and this echoes with halving in Bitcoin. In 2012, half Bitcoin was released into circulation, and in 2013, there was a bull market when the value rose from 20 USD to almost 2,000 USD in 2013. It was a bear market after that. Then, 2016 halving led to the second bull market in October 2017, when Bitcoin valued at almost $20,000. In 2020, the third halving led to the third bear market in 2021, which rose the price of Bitcoin from around 3,000 USD to 70,000 USD. If this cycle continues, we are now at the early stage of a bear market. It is really hard to predict exactly because there are so many factors which can affect market as well, such as geopolitical issues, including war, or recent COVID-19, also affecting the market. Following this cycle, it will be until end of 2024 to the beginning of 2025 that we can welcome the next bull market on Bitcoin.
This is a movie that you've seen before. You've seen it several times before. Carl, how does the movie end?
It doesn't end happily. I've seen God knows how many bear markets, and they're similar in one way. It's a sad thing, and a lot of people lose a great deal of capital. And I am not predicting, though, Eric, I'm not predicting that we're in a bear market. I'm not predicting that this is going to end. Sort of this euphoric atmosphere, but I am predicting this, that it's not much of a prediction, I guess, but sooner or later, a situation like this is going to end relatively badly. Some less badly, some more, but you can't keep printing up money and printing it up and printing it up because you get what you have now that you can't control. The government can't control inflation. It controls it only what they're doing, what Volcker had to do. Bring interest rates up to 18%. I remember those days. It was unbelievable. So I think that's going to happen, but I'm not here to discuss. I'm not a macroeconomics guru, and I just look at simple facts. That's all I do. Simple facts. And the simple fact here is the tension between inflation and printing up money can't continue to exist without busting open.
You say, Carl, that you're not predicting a bear market, but this is going to end in an ugly way. What's the difference?
Okay, well, I'm not predicting a near-term bear market. Nobody can predict what's going to happen next week, next month, maybe even next year or two. You really can't predict it. Too many variables. The whole political scene, the whole question of the presidency. But on a big picture methodology, you can look at it and say, it's simple. You can't, I think it's economics 101 in high school. You can't just keep pushing out money. You can't just keep giving away money and giving away money, because that money will definitely lose its worth, like anything else. If you make too many widgets, then the widgets lose their worth. So here's what's happening. We keep putting out money. The Fed keeps pushing it out there. And that's great for a while. I mean, that's great. It's like makes you happy, but and at times it's certainly needed. But now you can't. That party has to stop. And sooner or later, what's going to happen is and you're having it already now. The manifestations of it is rampant inflation, and it's not there yet. But it has to be controlled, and it's not something that you can wait to see if it happens, because I've seen that in the past. You wait too long, maybe. But I'm not here to say the Fed's doing a bad job. In fact, I think the Fed has done a pretty good job over the last few years in sort of saving the economy. So that's not the issue. But the issue is, if you're asking me to predict something, I'm only saying, and it's not saying very much, I guess, that over the next 3-4 years, and maybe a lot sooner, you are going to see this whole thing hit the wall in one way or another, and it's not going to be a pretty outcome.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.